This week, President Trump delivered his first State of the Union address, and the Nielsen ratings show that more than 46 million Americans tuned in to watch him on television alone. He also lit up the social network with a record number of tweets, his favorite platform. The Constitution only says that the president has to deliver a State of the Union report to the Congress. But in the media age, beginning with Harding and Coolidge on the radio and Truman on television, it's really become a conversation and speech to the nation. And so as the nation watched, what they heard, which was a good, solid speech from the president, no ad libs, stuck to the script, looked presidential, and delivered some pretty good news about a strong and vibrant economy and a safer world situation. But what they saw in a visual medium was what was really compelling Tuesday night. There sat Nancy Pelosi, the Democratic leader in the House, looking like she had just chomped into a lemon. And nearby were other members of the Democratic leadership with similar dour looks on their face. You can say what you want, and it's always true that it's tough to be in the minority at the State of the Union where your political opposition enjoys center stage. But this much is pretty well predictable, that picture of Nancy Pelosi is going to show up juxtaposed with the likeness of every Democratic candidate in a contested House race this fall. Is that really something that's going to propel them forward? You can make up your own mind on that one. But here in Pennsylvania, my home state, the congressional picture's gotten even more fuzzy this week as a result of the announcement that Congressman Bob Brady, the longtime Philadelphia Democratic chairman, is not going to run for re-election to Congress in the midst of a political scandal in which he's allegedly involved. That brings to 6, adding in the 5 Republicans who have already said they're not running, the number of Congresspeople in Pennsylvania not seeking re-election. That's 1/3 of our delegation. And all of that is in the context of 2 additional things. One, several seats that are going to be hotly contested above and beyond the races being vacated by members not running again, and more importantly, a congressional district map that may not be legal. The Supreme Court of Pennsylvania has said that under the state constitution, it's unconstitutional. Republican leaders in the legislature have asked the U.S. Supreme Court to stay that order. Where that all ends up, we really don't know at this juncture, but it's entirely possible that there will be new congressional lines for the 2018 election. And even if there aren't, we may not know for several days, and it may come right on the heels of the kickoff to the petition process to get on the ballot. So that's worth watching. But this much we do know. In Pennsylvania, there are going to be lots of fireworks in congressional district races this fall. And the other piece that came out this week was the release of the memo, literally as we began to tape this. So we don't know that much, but we do know that there are potentially enormous political consequences and results as coming from the release of that memo. And perhaps some really chilling understandings about what happened in the 2016 election. The markets this week have plunged. Today, as we went to tape this, down about 600 points or so, on the strength of, or weakness of, the release of the memo and reports about rising interest rates. The markets like political stability and predictability, and right now, there's not a whole lot of either one. So that is another picture we'll talk about next week. The really good news, though, is we're on the eve of Super Sunday, and fly, Eagles, fly, because that is the best 60-ish seconds of your week.